up Sunday, feel hungover, and I look at all my friends like told you so. While you take that time off, I keep getting closer. I don't care about getting late, I just care about getting paid. I got 24 hours for my 7 deadly sins, and you calling me out like, yo, where you been? Ain't no rest for the weekend. I'm sorry I won't stay, but I got bills to pay. Ain't no rest when you're winning. It's all work and no play, but I don't feel no shame. Baby, you can dance if you like. I got bigger plans for my night. Ain't no rest for the weekend. Sorry I won't stay, but I got bills to pay. Ain't no rest for me. Ain't no rest for me. Ain't no rest for me. Ain't no rest for the weekend. I'm sorry I won't stay, but I got bills to pay. Ain't no rest for me. Yeah, some people 9 to 5 and get all righteous, and I try to live that life, but that ain't me. All the money that I'm making, yeah, it's priceless. I don't care about enemies, cause I know where I'm meant to be. I got 24 hours for my 7 deadly sins, and you calling me out like, yo, where you been? Ain't no rest for the weekend. Sorry I won't stay, but I got bills to pay. Ain't no rest when you're winning. It's all work and no play, but I don't feel no shame. Baby, you can dance if you like. I got bigger plans for my night. Ain't no rest for the weekend. Sorry I won't stay, but I got bills to pay. Ain't no rest for me. Ain't no rest for me. Ain't no rest, ain't no rest for the weekend. Sorry I won't stay, but I got bills to pay. Ain't no rest when you're winning.
Hello and welcome from virtual Florida for round 2 of the SimRacing Community Trophy on the road to SimRacing Expo. We are at Daytona International Speedway, and with me in the commentary booth tonight for the race and the rest of the practice session and qualifying is Vincent Gottwald. Vincent, good to have you.
Thanks for having me. Good evening together, and welcome to this fantastic second round of the Community Trophy.
Yes, I can't wait either. We got very exciting cars on track already, as you can see. We are racing Group C cars. Well, technically, basically a Nissan Cup, if you will. It seems to be the car of choice. But what do you think are the unique challenges of this combination tonight?
Definitely one of this is the oval, and trying to stick to the cars in front of you or being care of the cars behind of you during the dirtier, I guess, and getting clean through all the corner sections. And yeah, at least yesterday I heard again the election. The exit speed is really important for a long straight, so this could give really interesting fights to the finish line.
I would imagine so, especially since these cars are pretty brutal on throttle, if you
Yes.
will. Turbocharged, usually north of 800 horsepower, so it's gonna be a little bit of a different story compared to round 1 in the DTM cars from 1992. We won't reach the 400 kph top speeds that these things did at Le Mans before they introduced the chicanes. But still, it should be a very, very interesting race to see who can tame these beasts the best. We got 2 minutes of practice left right now. Times are a bit spread out, but I don't think that's all the guys have in the tank. What do you think?
I think it's a bit mixed up, to be honest. I think some guys are already trying to get some good laps on, because if you can get some good laps before the qualifying, and it's definitely a good practice. I mean, if I have a look on the list from the people who are competing today, some well-known names and also newbies. So it could be really interesting to see what's happening today. And as you mentioned before, Group C is a really other car to drive compared to definitely other cars. So it's not really easy. And I'm thrilled to see which of the competitors today have sweated enough to get down the best laps today.
Yeah, do you have a favorite?
Not really. We had this discussion in the first round, and it showed us that everything can happen, definitely. So I'm happy with everything competing. I think the most of the drivers today are capable of really good racing and getting good positions today or results. So I think I have my look on everyone today, especially for Taviani, Keithley, for example. There may be some known names in the scene where we should have a look at them. But all of them which are competing today are really good, and I'm really looking forward for it.
Yeah, me too. Like you said, there are a few names in there that have proven themselves in other cars and classes and competitions even. So it should be interesting to see if the lesser known guys can actually hold a candle to the pros, if you will. We
Definitely.
are going straight to qualifying really soon. Last few seconds of practice are ticking down, so the guys can finish their laps, and then we shall see or get a first taste of what they brought to Daytona tonight.
Yes, it's gonna be really interesting. Qualifying is always something which gives some surprises. But definitely qualifying is some kind of different thing to the race pace. And yeah, in the race, everything can happen at least. And yeah, there are some definitely high technical parts on the track, and I really thrilled to see where the guys will try in the race to overtake. But let's skip that discussion. Let's have a look at the qualifyings, all heading out now for the first couple of laps. And yeah, just enjoy a bit of the sound till we get our first purple sectors, I would say.
Yes, let's see how these guys get on. We got Ilya Dorovosekov in the picture right now. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. Who's been really fast in practice, even earlier today we saw. So he might be someone to keep an eye on. And yeah, we'll see where he ends up. 10 minutes for everyone to set their lap, and then we'll be all the wiser who's going to be in front for the start and who's going to be further towards the back.
I think Ilya has he's the first on, he doesn't have to lift. Maybe, I don't know, it's kind of different from simulation. Because I guess like from other simulations, most of the people are lifting and weight, but here they're going full throttle, using the slipstream. Yeah, that's a really other strategy which I know from other racing competitions, to be honest. But I would say slipstream on Daytona is important on a qualifier lap, I would say so. If the cars in front of you doesn't slow you down. But how much speed do we got? 300?
Yeah, they pass 300 easily on those long oval parts. So yeah, good track for these cars to stretch their legs. Very interesting mix of cars, I think. Group C existed from 1982 until 1992 when it folded, unfortunately. But these are later versions of the Group C cars. We got the Nissan R90CK, which raced in 1990, as the name kind of suggests. And we also got the Porsche 962, which isn't quite as clear cut because the 962 itself was introduced in 1984 as a successor to the 956, which looked basically the same, but they adjusted a few things to make it possible for the car to run in both IMSA and Group C, which had slightly differing rule books. The car in particular in RaceRoom right now is the Yost Porsche from 1992. So it looks quite different to the original version, because customer teams used to modify these cars to their needs. Other teams were Kremer Porsche, for example, or Richard Lloyd Racing. So you ended up with a bunch of different looking 962s over the years, which were very competitive for quite a while. I think the last one to actually win Le Mans was in 1994 in a very, very modified version by that point. But yeah, it's a testament to the car's design, I think. Although, interestingly, we only see 2 on the grid tonight. Any idea why that might be?
I guess the people tried out on which car they're getting the faster lap times in, and it showed in the Brands Hatch the same result. There was the most of the time the BMW dominating, and here it is the Nissan, which is quite a surprise for me, to be honest. I expected the Porsche being faster, but yeah, you can get teached wrong. And there we have Jack Heatley with the 3 purple sectors, P1 with an 1 minute 35.263, close followed by Ilya. But really close.
Sekov with only 1700th of a second so far.
Yes.
So yeah, that kind of shows the direction this is going towards, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It's when I mean, on P3, that's the first Porsche right now. Mr. Sönel with close to 1 second gap, and yeah, after the 1 second, we have a really close gap from like about 10 drivers within a second. So it shows if you edge the limits of the car, you get rewarded. But also it could be for some drivers maybe really difficult to get along with this kind of cost. It shows that it's definitely not as easy as before to drive.
Yeah, absolutely. And just as you mentioned it, he dropped down to 4th, and now that I'm talking about it, he drops down to 5th. But he's on another flying lap, I think. So let's see if he can extract a bit more from the 962. As he should have a tow now. I don't know who that is in front of him, but it should be a Nissan probably. Unless the Porsche guys work together now.
The cockpit really looked like an airplane, to be honest.
Yeah, these things were ahead of their time, for sure.
Yeah.
They still look good by today's standards, still look a bit futuristic, if you ask me. And yeah, it's a shame that the class went under as it did, because basically manufacturers thought, well, Formula 1 used the same engine configuration they did by 1992, I believe. 3.5 liters, either V10, V12, or V8. And it was just the allure to go to Formula 1 was just too strong to stay in sports cars, especially since Le Mans was not a part of the World Sports Car Championship anymore at that point. So Peugeot was the last big team, as we see André Fosto with a pretty big impact into the tire barrier there. As I was saying, Peugeot was the last team to, or the last manufacturer really, to pull out of Group C. So yeah, lack of entries was noticeable throughout 1992, and yeah, was so little interest that 1993 the season had to be cancelled, unfortunately, which was the end of the World Sports Car Championship as it stood for quite a while. So yeah, bit of a sad ending, if you ask me.
Yes, definitely.
Because these things were spectacular.
There definitely were.
There we can see the draft in action.
Yes.
With Matthias Papendorf closing in at an alarming rate of knots. Should be interesting to see if he can get past into turn 1 or not. He cannot. As we watch on as Ottaviani rounds the track.
And he is fast.
Very much so. 2 purple sectors so far, and basically just a full throttle part of the lap remaining. Let's see where he ends up.
Yeah, I would say a good result for him today would be nice. He had a bit of struggles on the first round on Brands Hatch, so...
And goes straight to P1.
Yes, with a 3/10 up. That's a really good lap. Good
First
job from him.
Under 135. So that's quite the lap there, folks.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open for Alessandro Ottaviani in the race.
Definitely. He trained. So we have Luciano Vidovet. He was also giving a great performance on Brands Hatch, driving for Ballas Esports. And yeah, to be honest, I see on the most other drivers right now that their most difficult part seems to be Sector 2 right now.
Yeah,
Because
those
Sector 1
slow to mid-speed corners where you really need to nail the exit, those
Yes.
are tough. Although,
This
if you can gain a lot of time through the backstraight chicane if you get it right.
If you get it right, yes, definitely.
That's the art in this case.
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah, but Ottaviani, so first one today, going under the 1 minute 35 second lap times. And we have 1 minute 30 to go, so we are about seeing the couple of last lap times here coming
yeah,
up.
you might be the only one to make it sub
Yes.
135. But maybe the other guys have something left in their tanks as well. We shall see. We are right on board with Beatford, and now we got Ben Sabanki in the picture.
From Der Esports. Half a
Indeed.
second down in the first sector, sector 2, so maybe he can attack for another lap.
Should be, yeah. Should be enough time for him to try sort of a last-ditch effort here. As we ride on board with the Slovak.
40 seconds on the clock.
Easily, yes.
P6.
Here we can see the technical part of turn 1 and how tough it actually is to break around that corner. And he actually doesn't go for another lap. So
And we are through.
So that makes it Ottaviani on pole position, the only driver to go sub 135, followed by Jack Keithley, Ilya Drovosekov, Cody Nikola Latkovsky, and Yannick Mund in 5th, the young German. Then it's Mihai Neg, it's actually Matthias Papendorf, never mind. Cars are still finishing their lap. Then it's Ben Sabanki, Luciano Wittwert, Andre Fosto, who hopefully, or luckily I should say, didn't have to fear any health issues after smacking the tire barrier pretty big during the qualifying session right here. As the cars line up on the banking, should be interesting because I think we got a standing start, which is always slightly terrifying on the banking here at Daytona International Speedway. 12 turns that await the drivers. We've seen in qualifying they can be quite tricky, even though it's easy to say it's just an oval infield course. But this one has a long-standing tradition and will really challenge the drivers to keep it clean and not end up in the barrier or somewhere in the large runoff areas, for example, in turn 1.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really interested in what's gonna happen on the start because the cars are now more difficult, and yeah, you said it earlier. The first turns are really technical, and now we're heading into the start. Lights are going to jumping on. Let's see what's gonna happen. When they're hoping to get to go.
And we're racing slightly sideways.
Oh, what a bad start from Ottaviani. Lost 2 places already.
Yes.
This tire said definitely no to him. And Jack Keithley, great start. Did you take one?
Very good takeoff there, as a bunch of dark blue Nissans is following the top 2 here. Yannick Mund actually made up a position as well, and that looked like contact. Oh, that looked like big contact actually.
Oh yeah, definitely something happened there. I guess it was Benebunky who slided a bit off his line and got stuck there in the...
Yeah, someone got spun around. I couldn't see who it was, but that definitely caused a bit of a traffic jam apparently too.
Oh, the inside? Yeah. Gets he through it now around the outside into the left turn? No, okay.
As we can see, it's a sprint race.
Yes.
These guys don't hold back. They want these positions. They want them fast. And yeah, we've got a pretty eventful first lap already.
Red is going inside for. Oh, this will be interesting. now in
That's
the
gonna be
braking zone.
courageous.
Oh,
Pitford on
yeah,
Papanov.
okay,
No,
waiting,
he's
waiting.
pulling back.
A good
Probably
decision.
for the better, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he knows if he gonna stick his nose here, they lose a lot of time to the cars in front. So it's now, as you can see, the stream is
Yeah.
coming. Oh, that's speed. Holy.
Yeah, it
damn.
might be better to wait and use the draft, which he does.
Oh, look,
And
there's some coming over the
there's some contact there.
Oh,
As
that's
Papendorf
oh
tries
my
the
God.
same, tries to defend actually
Yeah, he did well.
from from Latkovsky, I think was the entire last name. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but it's a little bit tough to read on the HUD here.
Skipping, so can happen.
It's a good battle going on right there, and
Yeah.
Antonov joins in too.
Yeah, Papendorf in the middle of the pack, trying to get away from it.
Jesus,
but
sparks
under
flying.
pressure. Under pressure from Kino Nuklear Latowski.
Goes slightly wide there.
Yeah, but yeah, there we have like a 3-4 man pack right now, and yeah, battle for P6 as we can see, and I guess the best opportunities opens on the oval right now, because there is the advantage of the slipstream for them. So yeah,
Yes, I would think so
going-
too.
going for that tag. No, he's
not
waits.
quite.
Okay, yeah, he's waiting. He's patient.
Yeah, it's weird that you gotta use the endurance mindset in these 20-minute sprint races somehow as well to get somewhere. But these
Yeah.
guys are doing it well right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really important to know where you can try to overtake and don't lose that much time. Because yeah, it's not a wise decision to overtake here. So yeah, just using slipstream is a good idea. But Matthias Papendorf is defending well, and I would say he's able to get away from these cars in his back and trying to attack for P5.
Yeah, he's certainly pulling out a gap a little bit, as Latkovsky and Antonov apparently had a little bit of a fight going on there as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we look at the timestamps, there is Keithley still followed by Drozevkov and Ottaviani. They're still
Yes.
stuck together. And
Apparently,
Jan-
yeah, it looks like P2 and 3 are in the fight for position as well. Provosekov and Ottaviani very close to each
Oh,
other,
there we have them. Oh, look at this. That's close.
which Jack Keithley probably loves to see in his rearview mirror if they're gonna take some time off of each other. And that is Linus Grise, I believe. Yes, that looked like a crooked rear wing. Hope he didn't incur too much aero damage, because even if you do, even the best slipstream isn't gonna help you here around here.
No. Yeah, a slight bit of aero damage already have it. Like maybe can have at least an impact from like 10 or 15 miles per hour. So could be really difficult on this long straight. And now is something happening in the slipstream battle. Let's have a look. Oh, look,
Oh,
that's getting close.
look at the three
Okay.
Nissans passing by the start-finish line.
Oh, he's losing. Ah!
Who's got the courage under braking?
Oh, dang.
And it's Keithley who prevails, and someone kissed
Yeah.
the wall quite heavily.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was some damage. Not an
that-
emotional, but damage.
That certainly looked like race over there, or at least the
Yeah.
chances for a good position, as the top three continue to battle.
Yeah.
14 and a half minutes on the clock.
Just to mention what happened there. Drozevkov went out of the slipstream to try to go for the overtake on the outside. Meanwhile, Ottaviani used his overspeed to close the gap to Keithley, pushed him a bit, so that they both together getting a bit far ahead of Vesov. That was a really good move.
I mean, we are at NASCAR's marquee track, so why not imply some bump drafting, right?
Why not?
As
Bump
Alex
drafting.
Mosen has some difficulty here.
Yes. Really good move from Alessandro. To be honest,
Yeah.
really great shot from him there.
Look at Luciano Wiedwert passing by Yannick Mund. Nice move into the chicane, and that's how you do that there. No risk, was basically by him in the braking zone already, and no harm done to either of them. Nice work.
Yeah, great job from him. And maybe will be able to close the gap a bit. We have 30 minutes to go. They're still in the fight for the lead, so
Look at Ottaviani getting really close to Keithley.
he is hard today. He wants it.
Yeah.
He's on. Yeah, you can see he's sticking there. Yeah, he's sticking there. He wants it.
Don't count out Rovosekov just yet. He may be back a little bit right now, but I think he's just waiting for one of these two guys to slip up a little bit.
I mean, like two corners before, he was on a gap of 1 second. He closed it down to 6/10. So he is definitely will be able on the straight as well to close the gap a bit. So that's it. Oh,
As we heard the turbo flutter.
that was sexy. Damn.
We don't have that anymore these days, don't we?
Sadly. Too
Ooh,
sad.
as he slides out of that corner a little bit. Now, is that the chance Trovosekov has been waiting for? Let's see what the Swiss racer does.
And now we see Dotter's from the rear and seem there's a gap.
That is Ottaviani's rear view.
Yeah, the gap is a bit too far to have an advantage, but he's getting closer. Yeah, you definitely have to nail the kind of corners to close the gap.
Absolutely, no doubt.
This is close.
In turn, Keithley has to look out now.
Inside? Is that... Oh, he's...
Oh,
Oh.
that looked
I
so
saw this
close to a
before.
catastrophe.
I saw kind of things like this before. Max Verstappen and Norris, if someone remember. And he didn't end with one of them. So I hope, but okay, it's RaceRoom. I guess RaceRoom is such a good game with this kind of collisions that we won't have a problem with this year.
Doesn't look like it, no.
Definitely not, no.
But look at Ottaviani not letting up. He's right at Keithley's heels here.
But Drosevskov is closing 2/10 already. So he is still in the meeting for, excuse me, I want to have a good position on the end as well.
Yes. Well, so far, all three of them would be on the podium, but of course, the top step is the most enviable right now.
Yeah, definitely.
As we get to enjoy the nice rear view and the turbo flutter.
Yeah, and Alessandro exiting without any bit of oversteer, and now closing the gap.
Yeah, Ottaviani still uses the draft to get close. Real close, actually. Let's see what happens through the chicane here.
Yeah, when you have a look at his speed in front, when corners come, you can see he is lifting just to get the right distance between them to get in good position for braking. So his tactic seems to be defending his second place, getting with Keithley away a bit, that Drosevskov is not able to attack them.
Wow, look at how close they're going past the start-finish line there.
That's holy. Oh.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And yet Ottaviani has still to find a way past Jack Keithley, who's doing all he can to keep the dark blue Nissan behind his lighter blue, red and white Nissan.
Nissan. Yeah, definitely. It's I quite remember that it's for a track like this with such a long straight with this important part of slipstream. It's a good strategy to wait with the car in front and don't overtake it, because he also can, when he's right behind you, also use the slipstream, and it just would cost time. So definitely a wise strategy from Alessandro Taviani here to use the bump draft to push them both, make them a bit faster, and try to defend till the last couple of 2 or 3 laps, and I guess then we will see him attacking.
It should be exciting to see if the old IndyCar strategy comes into play of entering the last lap as the second placed guy to capitalize on the draft and pass the first position just in time to take the checkered flag at first. But if Jack Keithley keeps hanging on as he does right now, I don't think that's gonna work, because Ottaviani really has to work for it right now.
Yes. Oh. Oh.
They can't
But
go
to be
side by
honest,
side into turn
the
1.
strategy
Interesting.
does not work because Drovzeskov is closing
He is
the gap.
back.
Yeah, he is still in the fight, and as I guess you were right before a couple of laps. He is waiting.
Yeah, patience is
Yeah.
95% of the battle sometimes, and right now I think he might be the most patient out of the trio.
Hmm.
Also, I like his color scheme on the car. It really stands out.
I like this kind of blues, to be honest.
I was talking about the pink actually.
Yeah, that's also great colors, which you not see really often in this actual time on the raceway.
No, back then that was pretty exotic. I think nowadays, of course, it's been a little bit more of a fashion thing, if you will. But pink race cars are certainly not out of the question anymore.
Yeah, you're right, definitely. So they're hitting till the breakpoint. How much speed? Close to the 320. I mean, imagine this kind of physics on your body when you're braking from 320 km per hour down to like 180.
Yes, it's
That's
crazy.
much. Yeah.
You have to keep in mind these cars actually gave Formula One cars of the time a run for their money. They were crazy fast and had tons of downforce because they used ground effects and obviously huge rear wings. So they weren't that far off.
Oh yeah, the wings are really huge.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the Porsche wing, the double decker. Those were crazy.
Definitely. But there
We have one.
Leonard Carden, T3 Motorsport on actual P9.
Best Porsche right now.
And the first Porsche closing on P8.
On Fausto. Maybe he can move up a position or two still. Although as I say it, the commentary curse strikes again.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Leonard, that was not my intention.
Yeah, sorry for that, mate. That's hard. I'm really sorry for him.
Yeah, that's one of those dangers with these cars. Just half a second of a bit of too optimistic on the throttle and you're around. Yeah. So no traction control, of course, on these things. So it was raw power, really. And it shows that these cars are quite the challenge, I think.
Definitely. I mean, we can see the field is way more spread out on the track as on the other combination of cars and tracks. So it shows how difficult these type of cars and track are managed.
Yeah, I mean, hats off all the more to Jack Keithley doing the defensive work he's doing. I mean, it looked like Ottaviani would be right beside him going into turn 1 multiple times, but the Brit actually kept him at bay. I don't know how he did that, but that's very, very solid defensive driving.
And now you can see Ottaviani a bit of under pressure from Switch. He's attacking, yeah. Or like he's saying, hello, my friend, I'm back. And let's see.
What 5 minutes left, maybe Drovosekov's patience is running short now.
I would say so. I mean, we have, when we count down the three laps, the loss of important options are coming up now. And the gap is really close, so I mean, that's like one of the regular things that's happen if you're like on a pack of three drivers battling for a position.
Ooh, Ottaviani with another wiggle out of there.
Yeah, he's under pressure, to be honest. That's if you're a bit focused on your rear, then you're automatically getting a bit slower. That's most of the drivers are, coming most of the times. And
look at that. That was super close as well, but Drovosekov hangs back for the chicane. Again, not the spot to pass apparently. But look at this exit. He should be right beside him comes the start-finish straight. Or the tri-oval, really, I should say.
Getting bigger in his mirror. But the gap is Closed.
Yeah, but look at him getting closer to Keithley in turn.
Let's go. Oh, this is close. Yeah, the best opportunity is to get the car right in position for turn 1, side by side, maybe.
Yeah,
But-
you have to be right beside the guy to actually outbrake him there, I think. Otherwise, you're taking too much of a risk, and I think these guys know that.
Yeah. That's for sure.
But hold onto your seats, everybody. We're in for a thrilling finale. Just a few more laps left, probably 2 more to see who takes the checkered flag first in race number 1 of round 2 of the Community Trophy on the road to SimRacing Expo here at Daytona.
Oh, what
Ooh, look at that, nice little Porsche battle.
Oh, Leonard Carton against Nick Söhne.
And Yannick Mund joins in as well, so never mind Grasemann in front of them, so German quartet going at it right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Actually going through? Or not? Not quite.
Yeah, I guess he misjudged the breakpoint a bit. Because the door for the person behind, for Leonard, was wide. Oh, again.
But look at that. Look at Söhne running wide, and that is all that Carton needed to go by.
And now have a new slipstream for the next position. Meanwhile, Roseskov lost nearly a second.
Yeah, you're right. Must have had some sort of issue, as Ottaviani continues to bug Keithley for the lead for what is probably the penultimate lap now.
Definitely 1 full lap is go.
But look at Drovosekov closing in already.
Yeah. 8/10 now.
He knows it ain't over yet.
Maybe a bad exit of one of the corners can happen.
Could be, yeah.
Nope.
Maybe hit the grass here a little bit. You don't want to do that under acceleration. That's for sure.
And I don't know. Is Alessandro attacking in this lap?
I mean, he probably has to, right?
Yeah.
Not in the chicane, but I'm sure he's going to focus on getting the best exit he can out of there to make it happen in turn 1.
I mean, the time is running out, so not much opportunities left for him to get the attack on him done, but...
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just one more lap after this one, and I think turn 1 is the spot to overtake, unless the guy in front of you makes a mistake.
Yeah, but you have to get really close to him, and let's see how he gets out. Nah,
doesn't look too good.
Yes.
Also,
So
he
let's see
probably
who
has his
can-
mirrors full of Drovosekov by now.
Closing, 2.5, 2. Ah, look at this gap, closing, holy.
This is exciting stuff as we're heading into the last lap of the first race of round 2 here. Is he gonna get by him? Maybe? No.
Huh?
Can't force an error out of Keithley either. Man, this is close.
Yeah, also, I mean, to be honest, Jackie Fleet doing a really good job. He is racing so clean. He's not doing any mistakes right now. A really, really good performance. Under pressure since the beginning.
Yeah.
Really, really good job from him. So let's
Fully
see
agree.
what's happening.
You see the defensive line into the first of the hairpins there. He almost cut across Ottaviani a little bit. But actually did that really, really well. Of course, nothing illegal or anything, but nowhere to go for Ottaviani. No way he could get past there.
They're heading onto the first part of the oval.
See if he's gonna get impatient into the chicane or not.
He's waiting. He needs.
Is he
time to
though?
exit.
Look at him closing in.
I bet he's waiting.
Might be the better option there.
So now he needs a good exit. Just a good exit.
Nail the exit and you're
Oh,
golden. This is
yeah.
close, folks, as we go getting closer to the finish line.
Maybe a bit late on the throttle, but the gap is 2/10. So
Could it be
Let's have-
possibly enough? He was alongside Keithley on the start-finish part already.
ooh, this is getting close.
It might not be enough. Not
that's
quite.
Not enough. No. He's
This
trying to stick the nose there, but
no.
the race is done.
That's
Keithley.
that's Keith Lee win right there. But hats off to both of these guys for the amazing battle throughout the entire race. Wow, that was close. As Luciano Vitvert takes fourth, Rovosekov stays in third, and the Porsche battle, I think, goes to, where is he? Cotton, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, in 13th. So he made up some spots after his spin as well. Good to see.
Yeah, we have the first German on P5. That's nice.
Well done, yes.
Yes. And yeah, to be honest, it shows how really hard these cars are to drive. We have a big gap over the drivers, but it's a really good job of them keeping the cars on the tracks.
Absolutely.
So-
Look at the time separating them in in the end.
Definitely.
0.065 of a second.
Yeah.
With all the
and they-
difficulty these cars, or what the difficulty these cars bring, it's amazing to see close racing like that.
Definitely.
And the
Fastest
good part
lap
is we're doing it once again. I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off there.
Oh, fine. It happens. So, yeah, Daviani, I suggest he had one fastest lap on Brands Hatch as well. He's showing he wants to fight. And yeah, just said that there were some people flying off the track on the start. I hope we get it cleaner next race. So, and then let's see what's gonna happen there with the.
Yeah. The good thing is we're doing it all over again for
Yes.
race number 2 really, really soon, which should be just as exciting, hopefully, to see who takes the overall win tonight and may be able to dethrone Kirill Antonov in the overall standings, the Russian leading into this event at 82 points. But didn't really have that good a race right now, so it should be interesting to see where he ends up in race 2.
Yeah, I mean that's happens often most of the time. Some car types fits one person, maybe the other type of cars the other person better. And yeah, I mean, we can't tell it often enough. Combination is not easy. There's really a lot of practicing, edging the limits to get these kind of really good laps in. And I mean, we saw it in the battle for the top 3. Good performance, sticking close together, really clean. Most of the times they made a bit oversteer with the used tires, but they're doing a really good job there with this clean type of racing. And
Absolutely.
I'm really thrilled to see what's happening here on the second race.
Yeah.
I'm hyped.
Yeah,
I am
same
hyped.
here. Absolutely. After this one, I'm just thinking, give me more of that. Please, guys. As Sokovikov takes pole position with the reverse grid, of course. Yeah, should be interesting to see as we're underway. And, ooh, that is sketchy. Standing starts on the banking, guys.
I'm the first one, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe he should have laid down some more grip on his imaginary formation lap there. As Alex Mosin leads the field through the infield for the first time now.
And leading the field. Benebanki on 4. Oh, yeah.
Just as I was talking about him, Kirill Antonov in third already. Making the most of that reverse grid format, I think. Let's see where he's gonna end up.
Yeah, that will be interesting. I mean, now we have no incident in the first couple of laps. The field is more sticky together now, and I hope. Oh, okay. I think
We just shouldn't say anything like that anymore, I think. As Martin Petermann goes off, as well as Jurek Heusamen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, they're the first one.
I mean, I think most of these guys have your social media, right? So all complaints to Vincent, please.
I'm responsible. So Jack Heafley, already 6th place, gained some positions, really starting to get there.
And look who's on his tail again.
The old fight is back again. So
Yeah.
now is the question: Does he wait again? Or is he attacking right now? Because he is really close, really soon.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna try everything he can to get by him early in the race.
Yes.
He's probably thinking, you're not doing this again to me, Jack. Not this time, man. As he sticks his nose in, but not quite. Alright.
To be
Good
honest,
awareness
the
from both of them.
opportunity was there. The opportunity was there.
Yeah, it
The
was...
chance there.
It looked pretty late, but both of them were smart enough to back out or give each other space. As
And we lost
who
one.
went around there?
I have no. Yeah,
Could have been Fausto. I think he dropped. Yeah, he's dropping down the order right now.
yeah.
So yeah, that's unfortunate for the Swede, who apparently had a pretty good start until that happened.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Nick Sönel here in the midfield, fighting with 6 other people, maybe, I guess. And Jack Heatley,
As you
under
do.
pressure by 4 cars. A bit of the gap to Barry Bunk in front of him. Yeah, I mean, Alessandro is again here saying, hello, I'm doing some pressure.
The question is, though, if he doesn't feel any pressure because he's as cool as ice, is he still under pressure from the guys behind?
I think he know that if he's doing what he's done the race before, he doesn't have to fear Violet behind him and Rosevkov. But to be honest, I'm not sure. But during the couple of time,
Look
I
at
don't see them
Antonov.
overtaking. So, oh,
Yeah.
let's see, maybe Kirill Antonov is going for an attack here. Is he fast enough?
Antonov on Ville Kraivi's tail.
No, during
Maybe-
the corner you lose. Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Not
So it
quite.
seems that it's not easy to overtake.
No,
into
maybe on
the-
exit now.
Okay.
Side by side. Little bit of contact there.
Ah,
But the fin actually prevails. Nice job there.
nice job.
But look at how close this is.
Yes,
Centimeters separating these cars.
yes. But I mean, maybe you saw it as well. He tried to stick the nose in, but there comes the car and saying, "Hey, I'm a bit of sketchy on the front, so you know what to do."
Now he goes by though.
Yeah, there he goes. Nice job. Well done, Kirill Antonov. Now on second place behind Mosin, and this gap is close, close, close.
And just as Ville Kraivi finished that battle, another one is developing right behind him that he might get dragged into. Bence Bunky and actually Jack Keithley already in the hunt again. The Brit with amazing speed today.
Yes. Amazing job. And ooh, side by side. Ooh.
Tried to
Is he
use the draft of Antonov there. Couldn't get it though.
Yes, it's a back marker. I guess it was. Oh, is he? No. Okay, if you go out of the slip.
It's actually Bunky, never mind then. But Keithley isn't that far behind.
Yeah.
There he is.
15 minutes to go. I mean, there's still enough pace and enough tire left. Oh, this
Most
was...
likely is.
Oh,
Round the outside, maybe? No.
no.
Not enough grip there.
It's not as predicted easily to overtake into the straight finish line, into turn 1. It seems there is the touch of pace for the car itself.
Ooh, that's a bit sketchy.
This was optimistic.
By both of them, though.
Yeah, but Bene Bunky now on P3.
Nice job, as Keithley is still trying to find his way past P4. Ville Kraivi now there.
Did I miss the overtake von Antonov on Mosin?
Apparently we did, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Kirill Antonov got by Alex Mosin, I believe it was Alex,
Yeah.
for P1. Nice job by the Russian, and he's actually pulling out a gap already.
He's saying, bye-bye, I want this, let's go, baby. And he is sending it with only near a second gap, and Benebanki on P3 closing to Mosin. Oh, here you can see it. And there behind, there is the pack of 5 people. Oh, this is a close battle. Nice.
Yeah, it's really good to see the close competition here. That's what we came here for. And
Yeah, definitely.
if you look at the leaderboard already, it was close. But of course, it's different during race conditions. But these guys are really, really tight right now. And I hope we get an exciting finish again when the timer runs out in 13.5 minutes here.
I definitely hope so as well. And I having also a look in the chat here. Good evening to all the people watching us today. Thank you very much for tuning in to the second round of the Community Trophy on the road to the SimRacing Expo. And here, short drives.
And around goes Ottaviani. Oh no!
There,
Things go south for the Italian. Was there a bit of contact?
I
I
would say so.
don't know. All the way down to 14th, probably 15th now. That Mund goes by.
But this time, we
That-
didn't jinx it.
Yeah, that happened all by itself. You saw it on stream. Oh man, that's gotta be disappointing for Ottaviani. He definitely has the pace, but
Yeah, maybe he can gain some positions back and save some points for him.
yeah,
So
but he's got a long way to go now.
definitely. Now his 12 minutes are a long time. And struggle.
Absolutely.
14 seconds to Yannick Mund in front of him. Rhino Jakifli on back into the podium, P3. And to be honest, I don't think he will end up P3. I guess there is still the opportunity for him open to gain up to.
He's likely gonna go for it right now,
Yeah,
as he's got amazing speed today. And yeah, he's got Benzabanki in his sights already, I believe.
7/10 is not really much, which we saw on the straight. He gained about 3/10, maybe 4. And yeah, Jordan Rice from our YouTube chat on RaceRoom channel says these cars are insane. Mad respect for the drivers being able to drive them fast and competitively. Yes, totally agree. We can totally agree to that. They're doing a pretty great job today with this combination.
They
And,
are a
yeah,
handful for sure.
definitely nice entertainment and nice competitive racing from them today. And yeah, Benzabanki seemed there is a car getting bigger in his mirror.
Yes, it looks suspiciously just like his, but it's actually Jack Keithley who's looking to get into P2 past the Slovak there. With a good exit here, but unfortunately the straight is rather short. So let's see what he does through here. Nice and tight line through here as Banki looks a bit like he's struggling out of there.
A bit of pressure. Yeah, but as you can see, Jakivki using a bit more of the curbs to get a better angle for the open steering exit. To work against the oversteer of the cars. Because they are definitely have to have some work, being some work out of low speed cornering. And yeah, but Benzabanki. So now 8/10 up on Antonov, and two were fearless. We were under pressure by Drozevkov.
Yeah, literally nothing separating these guys. And look at Drozevkov. He should have a run into T1. Bitford covering the outside there. Does that really well, as Drozevkov actually doesn't have a gap at all.
Yeah, it seems that it's not easy to overtake into turn 1.
But look at this.
Take on the brakes.
Bitford going wide, but Drozevkov cannot capitalize.
Oh, this was close.
Yeah, these guys are not done either. 9 minutes and just over 30 seconds left on the clock here. And this is still anyone's race.
I guess they will talk to each other a little bit more on time of laps, who will end in the better position there.
Probably.
Okay, Jakivli now with a bit of an oversteer on the exit. So
But he's inching closer each lap, it seems.
But Antonov seems to match the lap times with Bunky, so...
Yeah, but look at Keithley being half a second faster than Bunky. Trying to round the outside into the chicane. That should be interesting. If it goes right. Okay. That's some sweat off my forehead there.
Yeah, it's not easy to overtake there. You need a right position, but as we saw it before in the first race, wait and let the slipstream take it away.
Oh,
my God.
Down on the apron even.
Yes, there is the inside line.
That could be, yeah, that is it.
Yes.
Nice move by Jack Keithley.
Defending the inside line. Perfect move. What a job.
And now Antonov has got to be nervous if he's seen what Jack Keithley was doing in the first race of the evening.
Yeah, and the monkey can't even breathe a bit because right on his ass are Vivat and Roseskov arguing with him about P3.
Yeah. They are very much in the hunt for the final spot on the podium and actually through, at least in Vidvo's case.
Oh, hey, yeah. Yo, yeah. Yeah, wow.
Nothing more to say, just wow.
How fast can it happen?
Bunky seems to be struggling with these slow hairpin corners and running wide a little bit there. Maybe he's cooked his tires a bit during the first few minutes of this race, trying to keep up with the leaders.
I can't even have a look at the chat. So much things are happening right now.
Yeah. Contact on the shade, but they keep it together.
Yeah. Lucky for Better Bunky that the Zevkovs behind him didn't took this opportunity to get next to him. And Vidvet already had a good race before, and he's trying to end it again pretty well with an
on a high note, yeah.
And you mentioned it. Jack Keithley closed the gap like about half a second right now, 6/10 up for Antonov. So Antonov, you need to sweat your laps because this is getting hot till the end.
Absolutely. He keeps chipping away, and look at that, it's just 3/10 now.
Oh, damn.
Jack Keithley is really going for it here. He wants that double victory.
Maybe the back office could show us the fight of 1 versus 2 right now. But this would be really interesting. Yeah, thank you very much. Antonov in the under. Oh, look at Keithley.
Yeah.
How
Really closing in under braking.
so close? What the hell is going on?
Yeah, I'm not.
Only be a bit about what, P1 and 2, and now it's P1, 2, 3, and
Fitford and Bunky maybe joining in as well. I'm not surprised about Keithley going for it like this, though. I've seen his Twitter post before the race where he said, I missed race 1, or round 1 rather, so I really have to make up some good points tonight. And I think he's doing just that as we're heading into the chicane, maybe? Jesus.
Keithley is showing why his name is well known in the scene. And Antonov already, we know him from the last couple of races, he already saying, okay, you want to fight, you can have a fight. Let's go for it, baby.
And look at the slipstream going on here.
Yeah, the top 3 are going for the slipstream. Oh, this would
Yes, don't cut out Whitford here. If these two actually get into each other, Whitford is gonna be there. Oh, they actually do.
Aren't they going like side by side into turn 1? Antonov in the
Wide almost even. And Keithley goes wide.
And is it Vidvet? Is it Keithley? Oh God, what?
It was actually Antonov. It's really tough keeping these cars apart with these with the skins they have.
Because they all look the same. The camera does. Okay. Damn, Jack Keithley P1 is going for it. Hey, but we have under 5 minutes to go. This will be around 4 laps going, and this fight is not ending right now.
And I think Antonov can't be too sure about finishing on the podium either. Bunky and Drovosekov are quick, and I think they're gonna go for it as well.
Let's see what the slipstream on the last sector shows us what's gonna happen. And Bengamangi, he's defending it since 10 minutes. I suggest he's doing a good job again. And yeah, he really gets it.
There you go, a bit of a bump draft again.
Yes, he's helping him. He also wants, hey guy, let fight with the guys in front. Let's go. He's helping him. That's good effort. And let's see, 3/10 between P1, P2, and a half a second between 1 and 3. So this will getting maybe interesting on the first turn.
Very much so. Also, pretty interesting to see the cooperation between the guys 4 minutes before the race ends. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. Look at the background there.
Oh,
Drovosekov side by side and not quite past apparently. No, still behind Bunky.
He defended it. Technically, P1 now have Vet behind him. Vet doing a good job. Haven't saw him coming fighting there for this kind of position. So hey, come on, let's go.
Yes, this is really exciting stuff. And we're not done yet, folks. 3 more minutes to go. Who's gonna take it in race number 2?
It's definitely some kind of blue Nissan, I would say.
Yeah, well, that might be a bit of a... in German you would say steile These.
Oh yeah. And yeah, to be honest, Antonov seems to have a bit of struggle out of the corner. The 6/10 up, 7/10 between Heath and Violet. So Jack Heatley definitely on the infield having the better line and maybe better traction, I don't know.
King of the corner exit, it seems, yeah.
Yeah, but and we can see there on behind. Oh, Drovzeskov overtook Bunky.
Well,
Now-
maybe we shouldn't count out the pink Nissan yet. Who knows?
Maybe he's coming. We have 2 more laps to go on the second round of the Community Trophy, second race, and the fight is still not over. Everything can happen. The pace of the drivers is still there to go, and let's see what's gonna happen. We have Ilya Dozevskov on P4, driver for Battles Esports, hunted by Benny Bunky, who wants his position back. The well-known Esports driver. So let's see what kind of pace. Is it enough? It could be really close. Yeah, there he goes for the way more inside
No.
line, opening the steering, having definitely a better exit now. He gained a bit of tenths now on him.
So it's
Ooh.
interesting to see the variation in lines through these corners. Drovosenkov, I believe, was going for that late apex, so he could actually get on the throttle more, even though it might be a little bit later than Bunky in this case.
The kind of using more inside line is a good way to avoid the dirt. You can see him in the rear struggling with the traction. This
But
is
so
hard.
is Ilya. He had to lift coming out of there back onto the oval. So yeah, these things are quite a handful.
He's hunted by Violet.
Fleetwood getting close again.
Oh my god.
One more lap after this one.
Is the Luciano Violet, the driver for Ballers Esports, in the position to fight for P1? I want to see this fight. Come on, guys.
Me too. Let's go at it. The gloves are off as we're heading into the final lap of the race number 2 of round 2 of the Community Trophy. Let's see some more good racing, guys.
So check if he took the down. What can I say on the oval? It's the downside, or it's the inside?
Yeah.
Inside.
I mean, technically it goes down there, yeah, but I think the inside would be correct.
Okay. Yeah, Jack Heatley with traction. Yeah, Jack Heatley. Can't say it otherwise. Maybe we are able to finish 2 times now. P1. Great performance, using good of the curb. Also, we're wet behind him, sticking 4/10 right behind him. So it could get really interesting into the last straight.
Ooh, as he gets crossed up out of there.
This was a mistake. maybe a
Might
bit.
that be it for Jack Keithley? He does have a tricky chicane to go, though.
It helps him. To be honest, it helps him a lot to breathe a bit. And we have 1 second gap. Ouch. I guess maybe it.
That might have been a bit of a decision there, yeah. As Keithley keeps it together through the chicane,
Yeah.
no problem there. And the Englishman races towards the start-finish line and his second victory in just as many races. What a performance today.
I would say clean. Just clean.
Very clean, yeah.
Yeah. He kept it together. Good performance. So then, congratulations to Jack Heatley, who wins again the second race today, followed by Lucien Rivet, who was a good performance.
Yes.
Congrats to P2, a good result for him.
Kirill
Good
Antonov
job.
completing the podium in 3rd, Ilya Drovosekov in 4th, and Leonard Karten in 5th. Best Porsche performance of the day.
Yes.
as we see Alex Mosen in the tire barrier after the start-finish line, though, so all good there.
Okay, I was wondering, like,
That
yeah,
would have
wow.
been very annoying to bottle it right at the end there, but I think he was fine in P8. As we see Jack Keithley rounding the hairpin turn, the International Horseshoe, on his in-lap, probably imaginary, waving to the digital fans. So yeah, very deserved, very great, very good performance by the Englishman and for Williams Esports tonight.
Yeah, great performance, great driving, and yeah, I mean, interesting to see today how the last straight on Daytona works with groups. It was interesting to see how far the cars will be able to gain on the slipstream, and that it definitely not easy most of the time to overtake into turn 1. And,
Absolutely.
but at least when it happened, it was great.
It was spectacular, yeah. These guys really surprised me with the way they raced. I did not know it was possible to bump draft in Group C cars, but you never stop learning, I guess. So yeah, we were treated to very, very good races. Though, if I'm Luciano Wiedwert right now, I'm probably biting on my steering wheel right now, because that mistake probably cost him a shot at least trying to get past Jack Keithley just in time for the start-finish line.
But you can definitely be happy that was a really good result. And this kind of good drivers on this field with this combination, really good job from him. You should be happy about it. Congratulations to you all today. It was a great performance. Thank you very much for this race.
Absolutely. Very entertaining. The guys kept it clean, except for some spins here and there, but those have to be expected with these kind of cars, I think. So not much of a problem. Very entertaining, very cool to see, and yeah, should be interesting to see how the championship plays out going forward.
Definitely will be really interesting how it end up, because
especially since we have different car class for the next race coming up again. Community gets to vote, of course, for their favorite of 3 car classes for round 3 of the Community Trophy on the road to SimRacing Expo. Let's be surprised on which one it's gonna be for the 3rd round then.
have a look on all socials. If you don't follow, follow.
What are you doing if you don't follow? Exactly. To cast your vote on Twitter or Instagram, follow us on ADAC SimRacing Expo, where you can get all the latest news about the event, exhibitors coming up, teams for professional trophy, and everything else regarding the event on in early December in Nuremberg. We're already looking forward to it very much. I can't wait, even though it's summer. This time I'm really looking forward to the winter.
Who's not?
How could you not, with the cool stuff coming up there. Anyway, that was very exciting from Daytona. We've seen 2 really, really good races by very, very good esports drivers. Vincent, thank you very much for being with me in the commentary booth here and spending a very fun evening watching these guys battle it out.
It was a pleasure to be today. And yeah, I also can say thank you. Thanks all guys participating. Great performance, great racing. If you want to participate, try it out. Still, it's a lot of fun. It's a good racing. It's a good competition. And I'm really looking forward to the next round, and stay healthy.
Yeah, me too. Thank you all for watching. Tune in next time when we go live for the Community Trophy or the Professional Trophy for that matter. And have a nice evening. We'll see you next time. Bye.